6 ways product packaging design influences purchasing behavior. So why does one product catch your eye while another one blends into the noise? In a store packed with options, it's not always the product that makes the difference, it's the packaging. Whether it's a bar of soap, a bottle of juice, the way a product is packaged influenced how we feel about it before we've actually touched it. I'm David Möller, CEO for Packaging. We have worked with brands to craft packaging that doesn't just look great, but drives real consumer decisions. And today I want to talk you through the 6 biggest ways packaging design shapes what people choose to buy from our experience over the last 25 years. Packaging isn't just about appearances. It shapes perception, it builds trust, and it drives loyalty. So keeps people buying your product without making new decisions. They walk to the shelf and they are loyal to your product. So they don't start to reconsider their decision because they already know which product they want to buy. And this becomes extremely important if we think about e-commerce. For example, all these apps where people buy online. Brand loyalty is even more important. Over 70% of consumers say packaging design influence their purchasing decisions. 70% care about the materials that is used for the product. And over 50% have switched brands purely because of packaging. So let's dive into the 6 ways or the 6 reasons decision makers really care. First, packaging reflects quality. When people see high quality packaging, they assume there is a high quality product inside. And that's just perception. High quality outside, high quality inside. It's not just the thing, it's the thing that sells the thing. In this case, the packaging. It's a form of a silent communication. Think of Apple. Their packaging isn't just attractive. It feels intentional, premium, and reliable. And just by unboxing, it tells a whole story. As I said before, you even touch the real product before you even touch the real product itself. And poor packaging, even for a great product, sends the wrong message. If you want to stand out for quality, your packaging needs to look and feel that it's a great product. Second, it establishes brand position. Packaging is one of the most powerful tools for building a brand. Through consistent use of colors, fonts, icons, and layout, packaging becomes an extension of the brand, of the product itself. Again, it's the thing, in terms of this time the packaging, that sells the product. When consumers recognize your packaging from a distance, you already won half the battle. They actually recognize and remember your packaging from far away. Brands that do this very well stay on top of mind and stand out both on extremely crowded shelves and online. Third, color drives emotional response. Color isn't just decoration, it's actually a strategy. For example, children's cereals, bright and playful. Organic foods, muted greens and browns. High-end products, black and white and gold. Every time you choose a color, everything about it is intentional. Color accounts for 60 to 90% of how a product is perceived at first glance. So the very first time you see a product, the majority of us the great majority of us, actually has a direct connection on how we distinguish that product on what we suggest, what our experience will be or what it actually is. And it grabs attention, sets expectation immediately. Used well. And used well, it can influence your mood, your emotions, and ultimately your buying behavior. Number 4, it engages the senses. Great packaging doesn't just look good, it also feels good. When you have it in your hands, when you experience it, it just feels great. A soft touch box, a magnetic flap, a textured label, sensory tactile details turn a simple package into an experience. When you engage more than one sense, you create a stronger emotional connection to that packaging. And because the more senses we connect to the packaging, we experience something, the more likely we will remember it. Number 5, it influences behavior and creates shareability. Packaging can change how people behave. In fact, 4 out of 10 consumers say they have shared a photo or product just because of its packaging. Brands that prioritize unique, eye-catching packaging often see up to 50% increase in interest. In a world of scrolling, snapping, and sharing, standing out visually can even create powerful word of mouth, even for FMCG products. Number 6, it shapes the first impression and makes it stick. Most people form an opinion about your product, and in just seconds, in the glimpse of an eye, packaging can make that first moment unforgettable. As I said, the more senses we activate, the more likely we are to remember that packaging in a positive or in a negative way. Think of perfume bottles shaped like crystals or tea bags that look like a goldfish. It's more than just a packaging design, it's a branding that activates multiple senses and sticks in the mind long after its first use. So what is the takeaway here? Packaging isn't just about protection, about the functionality of shielding the product from the environment. It's also about perception, persuasion. It's your product's first handshake with the customer, your first conversation, your first impression. If you want to build trust, increase conversation, and make your brand unforgettable, your packaging design needs to work on every level, from the visuals to the materials to the emotion it creates when buying or using it. And if you want to see how far great packaging can take a brand or how bad decision can pull it back, check out our previous video about the Heinz story that changed everything. Thanks for watching, and if this is helpful and you think differently about packaging now, feel free to share it with your team or colleagues. I'll see you in the next one.